It's not often that you get an 88-foot super yacht in NZ charter for sale in Auckland, New Zealand. Welcome to WW. I'm currently sitting here on the beautiful 88-foot Johnson WW. Captain here, Ben Hart, has been with the owners for the last 3 years and was on it when it arrived in New Zealand. Ben, let's have a chat about the boat and show our viewers how amazing WW can be and the way what it can offer to guests and also to charter clients as well. So we're currently sitting here on the main deck aft, and as you can see, we're in a beautiful bay, the sun's setting in the afternoon. You can't beat this, can you?
No, not at all, especially on a day like today.
No, definitely. So obviously behind us here we've got the submersible swim platform, which you have the tender sitting on, correct?
Yep, that's correct, yep. So it's a 5.5 metre Southern Pacific. So we've had it since the vessel got into New Zealand, and it's been utilised heavily throughout our charter scenes.
Yeah, I could really imagine. And obviously when it's not with us as it is right now, you've actually got a really good space that you can use for your guests to go diving off or fishing off or doing the water sports. Down here we've also got a garage that opens up, and in that garage we've got one jet ski, correct?
That's correct, yep.
And that was brand new 3 years ago?
Yep, it's a brand new Yamaha.
Awesome.
And so again, it was brought alongside with the tender. And and again, it's one of our showcase pieces when we're doing our chartering.
Definitely. So we've got the jet ski, we've got the flight boards, snorkeling equipment, and then fishing gear and also some game fishing gear on board, correct?
Exactly, for those longer excursions, a little bit off the shore,
Awesome.
especially here in summer. We have a few marlin around, so try and utilise each space as we can, right?
Yeah, good. That's what I like to hear. So as you make your way from the swim platform up to the aft deck here, you're greeted by this lovely hardwood table, which you can see has just been fully sanded and revarnished. It looks absolutely excellent. The nice seating area around us here that was refitted back 3 years ago, 2-3 years ago.
Yep, that's correct.
Done an excellent job. So Ben, back here we've got refrigeration space and storage, correct?
Yeah, that's correct, yep.
Awesome. Okay, and then great sound system. Look at the sound system. I see some basses there. This was all upgraded as well when the owners brought it into the country?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, so they spent a lot of money for our AV system. It was completely upgraded, and being able to control it from the main stations within the vessel is pretty essential, as you know.
Yes, that's something we'll show as well to you viewers on how the iPad system works with the boat. And is it split systems as well, Ben?
Yep.
So if someone's entertaining some guests down here and the kids or someone else is up top, it's split systems, so nothing's been interrupted.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is a real great feature. And I suppose back here, this would be your main spot when leaving the port for your charter guests, correct? They would just love sitting here, watching the city, lights in the background as you leave.
Most definitely,
Awesome.
yeah.
That's
and also,
what I like to hear.
as we're coming out of the berth, everyone likes to make sure I'm doing my job properly as well. So that always helps.
Yeah, definitely. Like keep an eye on the captain. I can drive this boat. I know what I'm doing. So as we make our way through into the saloon and the dining area, you've got the lovely hardwood floors, which I really like between the transition from the unvarnished teak to the varnished teak inside. You've got your bar on the right side, which is fully stocked and looks like it's got a good setup there. Exactly. And also I can see the sound system hi-fi control there as well to control the sound system. Yep, that's great. Which is really cool. On the port side, we've got the TV and the AV system below that. Great sitting area with a big squab in the middle. And then just forward of that, we've got the 8-person dining table, formal dining table. Tell me, Ben, did the clients or the owners use that quite a bit?
Yeah, so the main saloon here, just forward of us, is heavily used, because not every time we go out, the weather isn't always perfect. So entertaining everyone inside and being able to utilise the large dining table is definitely beneficial. And with us having a 8-person overnight survey, it suits comfortably with our 8 people around that. So
that's awesome. That's a really good feature. And obviously, just off the table, we've got the galley on the port hand side. So walk into the galley, you can see your fridge freezer unit, brand new Fisher & Paykel oven and induction cooktop with your dishwasher as well. Plenty of counter space for preparing food. Now, we'll go into this in more detail shortly, but 49 packs is your max passengers, so you can definitely have a chef there or a chef and a sous chef getting everything ready for your charter guests. And you can also close the door, so you've got that division between the entertaining part and the setting up the food part, which is always a really good bonus. But then also, it seems like it's got a great setup that if you had this boat and let's just say you were taking it out yourself, or you wanted the crew to have relax, you as an owner could go in quite easily and make yourself a coffee or get yourself a sandwich or cook yourself some food. It's not like it's a massive big commercial galley where it's almost a bit too much. This is almost like an extension from your home, which I think a lot of owners, a lot of potential buyers would really enjoy. And I know a lot of Kiwis and Aussies like that, being able to go and make their own cup of tea and coffee. So
I think with where it's situated so close to the galley as well, you know, you can pop in there and do whatever you need to, and it's kind of seamless as well. So that definitely is an advantage with having it so close and situated where it is on this vessel.
No, definitely. And epic sound system inside as well?
Oh, amazing.
Good, that's what I like to hear. So now let's make our way up to the bridge. So in the bridge is an excellent command post. You can see you've got your 2 helm chairs there, which for you, your captain and or yourself can be sitting there in the morning, discussing your day's activities on where you want to go or where you want to go next. I can see you've also got your lovely sitting area on the port hand side with a day bed. I can see that could be a really nice cozy spot underway and or at anchor, someone wants to read a book. Now, let's talk about the bridge display panels. I see you've got 2 new display units that must have been recently upgraded. Yeah,
so the whole bridge itself was refitted back when we did the refit, you know, getting things prepared for survey. What we tried to utilise an upgraded system, you know, and bring it in, and then also try and bring in newer digital systems into the running side of things of the vessel. So then as time progresses, you can integrate into that system, i.e. we're using Maritron on here. So going away from your old style systems and using a digital system has really been, it just upgrades and lifts the whole feel of the vessel itself. And especially from a running side of things for myself, means that I can see and I can do everything from one position, rather than having to rely on crew so much, you know, while we're under passage or anything like that.
No, definitely. So if we start from the left-hand port side to the starboard side, you've got your bow and stern thruster on board. I see you've got the VHF. We've got your 2 displays. Can you integrate them, or are they fixed?
So the Maritron system, so everything that does tankage and fuel and everything like that, that's done on the right-hand screen or the starboard screen. Time 0 and everything to do with navigation is on the left-hand screen, but you can also use your navigation on the right-hand one as well. So you can chop and change, but the Maritron engine components and stuff like that.
So that's a massive feature, having everything now on one display unit with your tank levels, your fuel sensors, all that sort of stuff. That's a massive bonus, and that's a huge expense that the current owners would have had to put up to get this to where it is now. So this is awesome.
The idea was to be able to have the reliability with our nav systems, and essentially take this boat anywhere we want, you know, and have that clear-mindedness when we're doing navigation.
And that's so important. That's so important. So we've also got, looking over to the starboard side, we've got the new CCTV system you've installed. So tell me, we've got cameras forward, starboard, port, aft and engine room, is that correct?
Yeah, so I guess the theory behind that was to be able to, you know, there are different points of being able to drive or navigate the vessel from with the remote, but you can also do, you know, berthing from the main helm station as well, utilising the cameras in front of you. It's not something you have to do, but different operators operate differently, as we know. So that is an option, and again, it's, you know, while we're out doing charters, you know, I can keep an eye on where everyone is and making sure everyone's.
That's a big safety factor, isn't it? Especially when you've got 49 people on board, you need to make sure that you know where everyone is, and it's crucial to be maintaining that sort of safe watch and ensure everyone's safety is the utmost importance. Now, talking about the bridge controls, so we've got obviously your main control station here. We've got the fly bridge as well, which has got the same setup. And then we've also got 2 control stations down aft where we're sitting, is that correct?
Yes, one on the port side.
Yes, okay.
And then you can also control from the flybridge aft.
Yes.
And also up on the foredeck as well.
And did I see you with the remote earlier as well?
Yes.
So talk me through how that works. So that plugs in?
Yeah, so that's just basically a plug-in straight into our port quarter here.
Yes.
And then as soon as that's plugged in and set, you just hit the command on the control, and then you take over control of the vessel.
So it must look very cool when you're backing this boat into a marina. A lot of people are watching you, and you're literally sitting there on a joystick, should we say a Game Boy controller,
essentially,
and you're parking a big 28-metre super yacht.
This
is awesome.
And everyone finds it very entertaining. So, you know.
I love it. No, that's really cool. And what else? Tell me, is there any other upgrades up in the bridge that we should be making our viewers aware of?
Again, I guess it's just retouching on the nav system that's been done.
Yes.
And that has been the main point that we've really upgraded on.
Because this boat, and we'll touch into it into more detail shortly, but this boat's been upgraded from a pleasure vessel to a commercial surveyed vessel under MNZ, which is something to me that is hugely beneficial for someone wanting to buy a boat, especially at this calibre, because you're able to not just enjoy it personally, but to actually offset the running cost of owning a super yacht like this. And who wouldn't want to own a boat like this? Like, who wouldn't want to be doing what we're doing right now?
Yep.
But then to literally cover costs by chartering it out to keen boat people who want to just maybe go out for an afternoon, an overnight. The boat's been set up to do overnight charters, which, like Ben said, it was 8 guests, correct?
8 guests, yeah.
8 guests, and then daytime charters, 49.
49, yes.
So there's also the capability, which we can discuss into more detail, about going to Fiji. The boat has definitely got the range.
Yep.
The mechanical side is sound, and the fuel capacity is absolutely no worries at all, is it, Ben?
Yep.
So coming up from the bridge, we come out to the flybridge.
Yes.
What an awesome entertaining space. And I can see you guys have spent some money up here.
Yeah, it's probably been one of the key features on board is being able to elevate that area and try and utilise the space so then we can have it as an entertaining area, but also bearing in mind the weather factors that we have, especially here in New Zealand. It changes so often.
Yeah.
So
We've got the clears, which are great.
Exactly.
So what we're talking, we've got a great dining table, another dining table up there.
Yep.
So let's say this is our third spot you can entertain people,
Yeah.
which is really good. You've got your helm controls as well, the two helm chairs, which is really good. So on a lovely fine day, I'm sure you're driving, or the owner's driving from up there most of the time.
Yes.
You've got your bar up there, which I see's got an ice maker, sink, plenty of storage.
Yep.
So I can imagine that place is pumping or humming on a charter evening. Even when it's just the owners on board, I bet you it's a very popular spot.
Oh, most definitely. And everyone loves to go up there, and that's, again, it's one of our main entertainment areas. I often choose to stay down because it's a little bit noisy out there, and hey, that's what everyone's on board for, right?
Definitely.
Have fun and enjoy the space.
100%. So we've got the clears, as you can see, the 2 aft clears are up at the moment. On the starboard side, we have the massive barbecue.
Yep.
That is a great feature. Could you imagine putting a whole of snarlers on there, chops, steak?
Yes, exactly.
What more do you want? Fresh lobster or crayfish from the day you've caught. This is just awesome. And you've got 2 new fridges underneath.
Yep, again, so we can, have more storage, especially, again, going back to our charters.
Yes.
Making sure that we can have, fresh cold drinks downstairs, upstairs, and to be able to give it to the guests and without, having to run around with drinks.
I love it. And talk to me, so you've put this new, what do you call this product on the ground?
Yeah, so upstairs, it was one of those things, it originally had non-skid, right?
Yes.
Very white, very bright. And so how can we make this space more comfortable? So U-Deck here in New Zealand is a good product. It's cost effective, but it also is durable, So during our charters, people can drop drinks, they can do anything. You can water blast it, you can clean it easily.
Yeah.
And once again, it's comfortable on the feet. So
And that's extremely important, especially for a charter boat, because obviously when you have a boat like this, you want to make sure that when you do use it personally, that it's always at the highest standard that it can possibly be. And sometimes when you're chartering boats out, they can get a bit of a hard time. But the way you've got it set up here, I'm looking around now and everything looks excellent. The tables, like I always point out to my customers, high traffic areas like the galley, tables like this would have scratches and marks all over it.
Yep.
I'm not seeing that.
Yep.
You guys have done such a good job, and it's a credit to you and the owners, and it's really assuring for the new owners that this boat has been looked after. And this is something that I can't stress enough to any of my people buying boats through me, is that if the boat looks good in the living area, then you know it's going to look good in the engine room.
Yep.
If you start having bits missing and things aren't being looked after, what's it like everywhere else? And this is a boat that doesn't have that problem. It's been looked after every step of the way. So Ben, we've got a 4-cabin layout on board WW.
Yep.
So downstairs we've got the forward VIP.
Yep.
And then we've got 2 twin cabins down aft.
That's correct.
They all seem very comfortable. All got their own ensuite.
Yep.
And TV, Wi-Fi.
The whole
Carpet looks great, everything looks in excellent condition. What I love about the owner's cabin is that the openness with the ensuite and the And the cabin, that's an excellent. I've actually never seen that design before.
I think it's quite a unique thing that they've been able to design with the Johnson builds, and it's definitely one of the showpieces when guests and the owners as well come on with their friends or come on just in general and have a look and think, wow. Then you step down into this, huge bathroom area.
I love it.
And it's open and it's quite unique.
Yeah, definitely. And so you've also got the great visibility from the master cabin. Being able to look out in the morning's excellent. Yep. You've also got your own independent hi-fi system in there with an iPad control, TV, Spotify, Sky, all that sort of stuff that you might need. The lower cabins, they have also Sky TV and all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, awesome. And I can imagine, regardless if it's owners or charter guests, everyone's going to be very comfortable.
Yes.
It's got a great space. And now we're sitting here at Anchor. We've obviously turned the generator off at the moment. So you can obviously always also do that for your guests in the evening, which is to me, it's a massive factor. Instead of having the generator running all night, this is a perfect way to be able to wind down at the end of the evening and know that your guests are going to have a good night's sleep, with also the 0-speed stabilisers.
Yeah, exactly. That's
massive key feature to this boat, which I really, really like.
And it's one of those things. It's about how can we make it as comfortable as possible with minimal noise. So that's one thing we've been able to do is by upping our amp hours and really putting some effort and time into our battery systems on here, and then we have the security about knowing that we can go over the limit if we need to.
So going into that more technical side, talk me through our engine room. Yep. So talk me through the generators, the main engines, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, for sure. So I guess starting with the generators, the Kohlers, the 27 kilowatts generators. So that's both port and starboard, or right and left. And again, they've had plenty of work done on them, and it's just one of those things of maintaining and keeping them up to a certain standard.
What's the hours roughly on those?
The hours on the generators, so they're about 9,500 at the moment.
So still plenty of life left in them.
Plenty of life. It's one of those things, if you look after them, maintain them, they'll continue to work.
Yes.
So, and going from there, we step into our main engines on board. So we have 2 or twin MTUs, 1,800 horsepower each.
Beautiful.
So plenty of power there.
So what are we talking max speed?
Lighter ship, she'll do 23, 24 knots.
Okay, and then cruising?
We cruise around, it's 10 to 12 knots, more so comfortable aspect.
Yes, nice.
And noise, especially when we're cruising from one anchorage to another.
Yes.
People want to be outside and be able to entertain. If you're roaring along at 23 knots, it can be a little bit noisy and windy.
Completely agree. And then just talk to me about at 10 knots at your cruising speed, what's your fuel economy?
Yeah, so we're burning, it's actually quite efficient. We're burning around 150 litres an hour. So that's just on the main engines alone.
That's nothing.
So, you could do quick math, we can head to Fiji, there's no worries.
No, definitely. And going into the fuel, what's our fuel capacity?
12,500 litres.
Perfect. And the water capacity?
3,000 litres.
And obviously a water maker?
Yep, water maker as well.
Great. And black water and grey water tank? What's the black water tank?
Yeah, so we've just got 2 black water tanks.
Yes.
One that does all of our guest cabins, and then we've got a crew one which is separate. So probably a little bit better, easier to monitor the guest ones.
Yes.
But again, with the new system with the Maritron, makes it seamless and easy.
Yeah. So, and obviously down in the engine room, let's talk about the survey requirements down here. We are now into the second year of the 5-year survey plan, is that right?
Well, yeah, essentially, yes. Yeah, so end of last year is when we got our certificates. So essentially second year, but really it's our first year, I guess. Yes. So however you want to plan it, really.
Yeah, so when a potential new buyer's looking at a boat like this here, they've got a bit of a safeguard in the way that it's a peace of mind that the boat is to a certain standard. Obviously MNZ, it wouldn't be allowed to be in survey if it wasn't to a sound condition. And also you won't have to worry about pulling shafts, valves or rudders for another, 3 years? It's a 5-year survey, correct? Yep. Maritime New Zealand?
Yep, exactly. Yep.
So when you look at that aspect, you're guaranteed no major mechanical things in the first few years of you owning the boat. But then also, we can also look at reports and findings from when it was checked, was it last year, for the owner, so we can give all that information to the potential new buyer. Now, another great system that I've seen on board is that you have a fully integrated iPad maintenance system, correct?
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah, which is, to me, is a massive bonus. So if you were to come and ask me of all the information about the boat, I can easily do a 1-2 click and then do all the PDF of everything that's been completed on the boat from weekly, daily, weekly to monthly and yearly. So for peace of mind that this boat has been very well looked after.
Yeah, definitely. I think having the sea flux system on here
Yes.
is really elevated. I guess things being done on time, seamless, and just being able to, I guess, run more effectively.
Yes.
Being able to have all of our documentation to do with the survey, to have all of our monthly and our weekly checks all in one place, and also a maintenance schedule as well. So
Yes.
again, it's for me, on the operator side of things, it
Yes.
definitely makes it a lot easier. And also, it's good for the owners as well because it can send them an update of works that's been done.
Well, they can see it remote as well, couldn't they?
Exactly,
They can
yeah.
log in and see it. No, that's
they
really
can do
good.
that from wherever they may be based.
I love it. So behind the engine room, we've got the crew area.
Yep.
So we've got 2 cabins, the master cabin and then 2 single berth with all their own en-suites. I can see a nice sitting area back here with a basic kitchenette.
Yep.
And I see you've got a washer dryer, correct?
That's correct. Yeah.
No, that's really good. So let's just quickly touch on the crew requirements for WW. Obviously, it's a commercial boat, so it's got a minimum manning requirement to go out to allow it to comply with its certificate of survey. So right now, you're a master 500.
500, yes.
Okay, and what's the minimum master ticket requirement for this boat?
Well, again, with it being over the 24 metre
Yes.
length here in New Zealand, you'd have to have up to 500 tonne to essentially to be the master.
Yes.
I also cover the engineering side of things, so you'd have to have, an MEC 5
Yeah.
or anything that's relevant or, I guess, recognised by Maritime New Zealand.
Okay.
So that would be the minimum from a master perspective.
Okay, and then also we've got the 2 other crew, so a minimum of 3 crew in total.
Yep.
One person has to be ticketed and the other 2 have to be, or no?
Yeah, so the second, or what we call it on here is the chief stew.
Yes.
She would hold the STCW qualifications.
Yes.
So then they're trained relevant in firefighting, abandoned ship, medicals, all that kind of basic training. And then our third person does not have to have that, essentially, but as long as they're trained and signed off and trained in the suitable areas that need to be able to assist if we have a emergency of any sort on board the vessel.
Yeah, and look, I absolutely love this. So buying a boat like this, you don't always want to have to be stressing or worrying about anchoring or the engines or all that sort of stuff. You want to have the ability to come out, what we're doing right now, and relaxing. Allow the crew to make your weekend or make your day, take the stress of running a boat and maintaining a boat and put it on the crew.
Yeah.
It's great. And then now we go into the charter side. This is set up extremely profitable, and run right, you can actually do very well with this boat, correct?
Most definitely.
So we've got a full forecast schedule that the current owners have provided us, and from what I've seen, and I can send this to you as well on request, from what I've seen on a low year, this is the whole 365 days, if we have at the lower end of the charter spectrum, you look like you're just breaking even.
Yeah, that's correct.
And if we go mid sort of charter, then we're looking at $150,000 profit, and then everything all the way up to a really good year, you're looking upwards of 300 New Zealand plus from charter.
Yeah.
Now this is also taken into account the charter revenue from the boat, but then also alcohol sales, because this boat holds an alcohol bar license, correct?
Yeah, is one of those things which is essential, right, to have a glowing charter business here, and so we put it through, with the council and everything like that. Make sure it got licensed appropriately, and then we can do the sale and supply of liquor on board WW.
So when you're looking at WW, you're not just looking at a super yacht, you're looking at a potential business operation here. You're potentially allowing yourself to enjoy the luxuries of owning a 88-foot super yacht, but without having the everyday financial costs that these things have to maintain and keep to the correct standard.
Yep.
I think this is an excellent option, and if you are in the market for a boat of this calibre, please honestly give me a call, and it'll be my absolute pleasure to take you through this boat. Thank you so much. And that's it. I really hope you've enjoyed the tour with myself and Captain Ben to understand what WW has to offer, and also the charter capability. This boat is currently situated in Auckland, New Zealand, and please feel free to drop me a line. And looking forward to seeing you soon.